Certainly with an 88th minute 2-0 lead, you didn't think the game was going to turn out the way it did. What were kind of your general thoughts on how the game played out?
I thought for 87, 88 minutes we played a perfect game here. Always very difficult. They're a very frugal team, and to be 2-0 up, it was more than maybe we expected. I'm of course very disappointed in the way that we finished the game, but for lots and lots of reasons it was a very, very good performance. If I'm looking at what we achieved last week, how we attacked this, what we produced, and to come away from home and dictate the game for large portions at a place like this is not easy. So I'm of course bitterly disappointed we haven't taken all three. It feels like a defeat. However, I think at moments like this we certainly have to look at the positives, and I'd like to think if we attack games and give the type of performance that we have tonight, we get more out of these away games than we did last week.
Major tactical change, going with a 3-man back line this week. What was behind that decision? Was it just kind of what you thought Pittsburgh was going to do to attack you guys?
It's not an easy place here. I think we needed a little bit more steel and discipline at the back there. 3-man midfield of really genuine midfield players rather than creators. Like I said, for long portions of the game, it turned out the right way. Sadly, the game's not 87 minutes long, it's 90 minutes plus long. And, it's a valuable lesson learned, but I thought most of the choices and the construction of the group was pretty much perfect. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to see the job through.
You pretty consistently talk about how important set pieces are. You guys scored twice on set pieces tonight. Was that kind of the game plan, to come in and hope that you would nick them on the set pieces, or?
Yeah, I didn't think for 1 minute that we'd see Pittsburgh score twice in open play, and they have. That's a concern, and we can certainly have a look at that and learn some lessons from it for sure. But as far as we were concerned, when we looked at how the game might unfold and what it might represent, set pieces and set plays were definitely going to be, I thought, a feature of both teams. We fortunately were able to convert on a couple of occasions and get ourselves in a great position. And really and truly, we should be able to see a game like that out. So, there are some major disappointments in only taking a point away from this. However, they're one of our main competitors. We certainly don't want to come away to good sides, playoff sides like Pittsburgh, and end up getting beat. And I didn't ever feel as though that was on the cards. The real disappointment is we haven't taken all three tonight.
I know it's fresh and you haven't had a chance to rewatch or anything like that, but what did you see on the 2 goals that Pittsburgh scored? Was there a common thread to them even?
Well, not really, no. I thought it was the first period in the game where they threw a couple more bodies forward in maybe a little bit more urgency and even panic to get back in the game with time running out and the clock running down. And it looked a really routine cross to me, the first goal. I didn't have a very good angle, and I haven't had a chance to see it again, but it looked like Valesky nipped in front of one of the centre-backs and got some sort of connection to it, of course, and turned it in at the near post. But even at that point, we'd limited them to very little in terms of efforts on goal or on target. And I still felt as though we would see the game out. There was no reason to suspect otherwise. Again, I'm not quite sure how the second goal is constructed, or they are allowed to be in that position. But I'm almost certain I'm going to see poor recovery area, a lack of awareness in vital moments to see the game out. And this really isn't about tactics or construction of a team. The job's done. You know, it's about guys really knuckling down and getting the final moments done and just getting us through. And that really boils down to experience and some wherewithal and some, you know, really inner strength to see off a good side. Unfortunately tonight we haven't been able to.